What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Buccaneers franchise. We are in episode 6. We are, of course, coming off of that big win over the Atlanta Falcons. Trey Lance didn't look the best, but he did do some good things, especially on the ground. He had some turnovers that I wasn't a fan of, but our defense stepped up in a big way, and we put Ritter in a tough spot, and eventually we end up coming away with the big victory. And now we're sitting at 4-2. They are at 4-3. We have a hold of this division right now. We are 2-0 in the division. Trying to think here if there's any other players that I want to look at re-signing before we get to the end of the season. And, you know, one player I think I really want to try to re-sign is Ryan Neal. I mentioned last video, he played really well the last couple of games. And with him being 27, yeah, he's not going to be somebody that's, you know, gonna be playing here for the next 5 years probably, but at the very least he's a bridge player at the very least. And while I shop around to find a good safety, he is not a bad player to have, and I like what he brings to our defense. He's been playing exceptionally well, so I definitely want to try to bring him back. I'm not sure if I want to do it on a 3-year deal though. Let's try to go to a 2-year, and we'll up this. We're getting a little bit low on cap, so we have to keep that in consideration. We're gonna go, here we go, 2 years, 15 million. That's what I'm gonna offer him. And he doesn't like that at all. All right. Yeah, and most of these guys probably going to wait till after the season. And then last thing, somebody brought up a good point in the comments on the last video. Why don't you consider trading Mike Evans if he doesn't want to be here? And it's honestly not a bad idea. I mean, 4 years, 75 million essentially. I just, there's no way I could even consider making that a thing. And looking now at our cap room, we're at 9.8 million right now. I can't even afford them. So, and this is off of next year's cap too, by the way. This is not me like, you know, messing with stuff like this. This is our cap situation going into the offseason. Like, we do not have a lot of cap because of some of the contracts we just did to keep some of our younger talent. So I think we might have to make a trade, which sucks to say because I don't know what we would really do in replace of Mike Evans. Like, I love Trey Palmer and I love Chris Godwin, but do we even have a guy that I can fill in? Or maybe we try and trade him to a team that can also trade us back, maybe a lesser receiver. You know, we're not going to get a first-round pick for him. I'd love to, but that's just not realistic. Let me take a look around and see what I can find out for some receivers. And there really isn't even any receivers out here. Well, I mean, Terrace Marshall wouldn't be a bad move, but I'm definitely not trading Mike Evans to a division rival. That's for sure. Can't do that. Dang, you know, I don't know. I just feel like if I'm going to get somebody that's down here, I want somebody who's at least young enough to grow, at least young enough to work on and grow a little bit still. You know, these 25, 26-year-old guys, like, no offense, but they're 72 overall. They're not going to be able to develop much. Just to see what I would get, I threw Mike Evans out there all alone and just hit get offers. And let's just take a look and see what some of the teams are offering. So the Bears are offering TJ Edwards, a 3rd and a 4th round pick this year. The Bengals are offering Tyler Boyd, which sort of fits with what we're looking for, a receiver to take his place. A 2nd next year, a 4th 2 years from now, and a 7th this year. The Browns offering up Zadarius Smith. No, thank you. The Cardinals offering up Marquise Brown. Now, if Marquise Brown just so happened to grow like 3 or 4 inches, definitely would consider that, but I will not be considering that because, well, he's really short, and I don't need a short guy to replace Mike Evans. The Colts offering up Kenny Moore, the corner, and a 3rd and 6th this year. That's actually a really good offer. I mean, that would really, that almost give us too much depth at corner. You know what I mean? Like between Davis and Dean, and then also Shelley, who he might only be a 74, but guys, you have to admit he's been playing well. So I can't really justify bringing on a 3rd corner above an 80 because that's going to be a lot of money that we have to pay towards that position. And here's another one offering a corner. This is the Giants, a third, a second next year, a seventh this year, and a sixth. So a third and seventh this year, and a second and sixth next year, along with the Dory Jackson. And then here are the Lions. They're offering up CJ Gardner-Johnson. Okay. 25. But, you know, I don't know if I want to bring in a strong safety that established already, because then, I mean, I guess if we didn't bring back Ryan Neal, that would make sense. Plus, we're getting a second, sixth, and seventh round pick this year, which is huge. The Panthers are, well, I can't work with the Panthers. I'm sorry. The Patriots, I don't want Ezekiel Elliott. Guys, come on now. Come on now. The Texans, I don't believe that that's realistic. I don't think they would be giving up Jalen Petrie. I don't see that as being a realistic situation there. Plus a third, fifth, and a seventh. The Vikings giving up Lewis Seen. I mean, honestly, in real life, that would make more sense in this game, considering, you know, in real life, he is not even seeing the field. And I'm not sure if he's a bust or just a slow learner. I'm not sure. But they're offering up Lewis Seen, a second round pick, and a fifth round pick. That is a very, very good offer as well. That's a young safety. I would immediately move him to strong safety, though. And then, of course, we pick up a second round pick and a fifth round pick of the Vikings. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we should take a look and see where some of these teams are at as well, because I can't trade Mike Evans to a garbage team. That would be wrong. I mean, that would be unrealistic of me. Speaking of looking at the teams, let's take a look at the standings here. So at the top of the entire league, the Ravens are sitting at 6-1, tied with the 49ers, the Chiefs. Down below them, still only one loss, the Chargers, Jets, Cowboys, and Packers. There we are at the top of the 4-2 teams, along with the Bengals, and then the Raiders coming in at the first 4-3, along with the Rams, Falcons, Bills, Saints, Dolphins. Then we get down to the 500 teams. The Panthers and the Texans are the only two 500 teams, and then we drop below the Vikings at 3-4, along with the Lions, Cardinals, Colts, Eagles. That's surprising to see the Eagles down here. That is definitely surprising. And then we drop down to 2-4 with the Steelers, the Browns, the Titans, 2-5, the Jags and Commanders, 1-5 Seahawks, 1-6 for the Patriots, Giants, and Broncos, and the Bears. So at least every team now has a win. That was not the case a couple of weeks ago. So what a weird spread. How are the Eagles only 3-4? That is strange. I mean, all of these teams up here make sense. I can say outside of maybe us. I mean, the Bengals I can see up here. Raiders are a little bit of a surprise, but they're 4-3. It's not like they're 5-1 or anything. The Rams being up here is decent. That's sort of expected as well. Falcons are a surprise. They are. Bills, I'm a little surprised they're not like 5-2. Dolphins, dang man, if this offense was like it is in real life, that would be some trouble. 70 points this past week, guys. That is crazy. So yeah, that is where the league is standing as of right now. We also have some more trades to go over that the CPU has been doing. So first one of note here, the Commanders traded defensive tackle Daron Payne to the Ravens in exchange for David Long Jr. And somehow the Commanders also had to trade 2 sevenths in that scenario? How good is David Long Jr.? Am I nuts? So David Long is a 78 and Daron Payne is an 83. They're the same age. Dude, the Ravens just fleeced the Commanders, dude. Like, seriously. They got Daron Payne exactly what they need as a replacement for Michael Pierce, who's hurt right now. And oh wow, growing tear. So he's out for the long haul. And they got 2 7th round picks in exchange for a middle linebacker that I bet wasn't even starting. Yeah, he wasn't even starting. Oh, no, he's a 78. So he was below Patrick Queen. That's crazy. Wow. Ravens just fleecing. And then we had the 49ers and the Panthers do a trade. It was a simple trade, player for player. It was Mike Dana, the defensive end, going now to the 49ers. And in exchange, the Panthers get Tyrion Davis-Price. Is it Tyrion or Tyrion? I think it's Tyrion. I could be wrong. Of course, I'm usually wrong. And then the next one was the Ravens and the Dolphins. The Ravens getting very, very active. Oh, Oh, the Ravens just fleeced. Hold up here. Hold up. The Ravens just got David Long from the Dolphins in a trade, which they then flipped to get Daron Payne. And they fleeced the Dolphins. So the Ravens, all they give up is Devin Duvernay. And in exchange, they got David Long Jr., a 6th and a 7th round pick. Then they went ahead and they took David Long out of that trade. After gaining a 6th and 7th, traded David Long to the Commanders immediately, and they got Daron Payne and 2 7ths out of it. So the Ravens essentially turned Devin Duvernay into 3 7ths, a 6th round pick, and Daron Payne. That's insane. I didn't think the computer could even make those kind of trades. So the Panthers traded for Boogie Basham Jr., not a bad pickup, especially if you need a defensive end. And the Bills got Brandon Smith at middle linebacker and a 5th round pick. So not too bad of a trade for either team, I don't think. And okay, look at this. The Ravens were once again, wait a minute. Okay, so the Ravens have been in the works with these trades for weeks. So never mind. Devin Duvernay, I was thinking old school. He wasn't with the Ravens anymore. He was with the Bears, which makes sense. I remember that now. So what the Ravens did is they took Tyus Bowser, which is actually a pretty decent player, traded him to the Bears in exchange for Devin Duvernay and a 7th round pick, took Devin Duvernay, a couple picks, threw him to the Dolphins for David Long Jr., and then turned around and threw David Long Jr. to the Commanders for Daron Payne. So they turned Tyus Bowser into like 4 7th round picks, a 6th round pick, and Daron Payne. Crazy. Not much for re-signings either. I've been keeping tabs on this, but it just hasn't had many that make sense to really tell you guys about. So just know that I'm not like ignoring this area either. I just haven't seen any huge names getting re-signed yet, so I haven't brought it to your guys' attention. You know, the crappy thing is I haven't been able to find anybody that I really want to trade Mike Evans to that has somebody in return. And obviously I'm not trying to match what Mike Evans gives us, but somebody that makes sense for the team. And I just haven't really been able to find that. Looking at the standings, if we were to trade him to a team, you would think I think it should be one of these teams that's at least in the top 10 of the league. Maybe top 8, top 7. Obviously can't trade him to ourselves, but somebody like the Packers, Cowboys, Jets, a team that probably needs a receiver. Like the Packers, they need a receiver. I feel like the Jets could use a receiver, especially with Aaron Rodgers. That actually might not be a bad play at all. That's actually, I could have pictured if that would have happened had Aaron Rodgers not gotten hurt in real life, like in the NFL. That would have been a really good destination for Mike Evans if they truly were gonna just go on without him. Chargers, I think, are set. Chiefs, I don't think they even have the money. Plus, they do have some decent receivers. The 49ers have a couple of guys. The Ravens, I think, have a couple of guys. I feel like the best bet would be the Jets at this point. Because remember, in our world, Aaron Rodgers is still healthy. Aaron Rodgers is still the quarterback for the New York Jets, which is why they're 5-1. And I just realized that Corey Davis is still here. He actually retired, so he should not be on this roster. Surprised they didn't have that updated. Because, like, I did this after, I know I did it before the first major update, but Davis announced his retirement, I think, before the game even dropped, if I'm not mistaken. I guess I don't know why I would be surprised that that's not correct in Madden, but so if I was to make Corey Davis like very low on the totem pole, can I cut him? I don't think I can. No, I can't. But if I was to cut him so that he was a retired player, I mean, it would make sense for them to bring on a guy like Mike Evans. I mean, yeah, you got Alan Lazard as a red zone guy, but I mean, Mike Evans is a little different, right? You know what I mean? That's a little different. Pair him with Garrett Wilson and McCole Hardman. Let Hardman work the slot or Wilson work the slot. Either one of them interchangeable. And then Mike Evans. I mean, that would make sense. That would probably make the most sense in my opinion. The next one would probably be the Packers because they really don't even have a number one. The only reason I'm not too high on giving it to them is because they're not in this kind of situation the Jets are in. The Jets are all in on a championship, right? So it makes the most sense that they would be trying to get to the next level and get that last piece for their all-star quarterback. So I'll see if I can find something for the Jets. That's like the team I see this working the best with. I feel like this right here is a decent trade if we wanted to go after a guy like Jermaine Johnson, who was recently sort of gotten replaced, if you will, with the drafting of McDonald this past draft by the Jets. He was just drafted a season ago as well, in like second round of no, it was the late first. My mistake, I believe. Yeah, late first. But he is buried behind John Franklin Myers. They just drafted another edge rusher, and he's not even the starter between the two if the guy doesn't get drafted. They need a receiver. They're going all in this year. If we can get Jermaine Johnson a third and a fifth in exchange for Mike Evans, that one frees up our cap room quite a bit. Two gives us that young edge rusher that I've been talking about needing us to get for a couple of videos now. And we get some good draft capital out of it as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to see if this trade will go through. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm just going to give it a shot and see. They might easily take this. I don't know. And they accept the trade. So Mike Evans is now a New York Jet. Jermaine Johnson coming to Tampa along with a third and a fifth round pick in this upcoming draft. I'm going to move him up to outside linebacker, and then we are going to grow him behind Shaquille Barrett. I really like Tryon Shoyinka, so I don't want to replace him. I want to build him up a little bit. So him, if I can get him and Johnson going, that is a good pairing right there. So I'm excited about that. We're going to leave him at outside linebacker, and then I'm going to go and make sure Mike Evans has his number and everything over on the Jets. And there we have it, Mike Evans, number 13 on the Jets. And that fills out that wide receiver room pretty nicely. Go along with Aaron Rodgers and Breece Hall. So I think that was a good decision. It gets the contract off our books. We get a good return for an aging veteran. And, I think it was a good move. I really do. All right, so I have not been able to find really anybody worth a damn in free agency or on the trade market that I really want to give up stuff for. So I think I'm just going to bring a guy like Anthony Schwartz in, or somebody else that's, maybe a little bit on the younger side from free agency until we can get to the off season, and then we'll go from there. Look here. You know what? Screw it. Let's give N'Keal Harry a shot. Let's throw him in there, and we'll see if he can be that big body playmaker for us. Now it's time for us to sim to next week, because next week I think I want to take on the Texans, considering it's, well, my old team from Madden 23, and also CJ Stroud, rookie quarterback. Definitely want to see how he's been performing. So let's go ahead and let's get simmed over to that week. All right, so, well, we ended up losing. And now that one loss catapulted us all the way down to the bottom of the NFC South. We are now in third place. Oh my God. Jesus, we got destroyed. Okay, well, so, Trey Lance didn't have any interceptions, so there is that. That's a one bright spot. However, we didn't have much for points. Josh Allen had 5 touchdowns on only 277 passing yards. Damian Harris ended up having a pretty good day, 18 for 72. Rachaad White back down to 10 carries for 27. Weird how that is fluctuating so much. And then in the receiving game, Chris Godwin stepped up to the plate once again, 6 catches, 98 yards. Gabe Davis had 2 touchdowns with 89 yards. Stephon Diggs also 76. Trey Palmer back into the fold, 8 for 76. Cade Otton, Chase Claypool, who apparently is now a Bill. I did not know that. And then defensively, let's see what happened here, because I feel like there was some stuff that happened. Like, was there some fumbles or something? No. Okay. Yeah, so not a very good day for us. And now we are in week 9. We are going on the road to Houston, and this should be a good matchup. The Texans currently at 3-4, but they have a young and upcoming team similar to ours. And I want to see what CJ Stroud can do. I'm excited to see what he can do. So let's go ahead. Oh, we got some upgrades. Let's do weekly strategy first, and then we will get into the upgrades. All right, so this week, I think I want to keep things very simple, and I want to go after the ground game on both sides of the ball. It seems to be the key to our success when we're watching these games is to have a strong ground game and to keep the run game in check. So I'm going to go inside run on the defensive side, and we're going to go inside run on the offensive side. As for the game plan, with CJ Stroud being a rookie, I want to get after him. I want to force some pressure. So we're going to go sack the quarterback 5 times. I want to try to hold him under 20 points. I think 300 yards is not a bad ask. And then on offense, we got to win the turnover battle. We need Trey Lance to protect the ball, and we cannot give up a bunch of turnovers. So that is going to be our game plan for the week. And now we can do the upgrades. Jermaine Johnson gets one right away. And I think what we're going to do is, I'm going to go a little against the grain here. I'm going to do a pass coverage one to try and jumpstart that a little bit for him, since he's primarily a 4-3 line. So he's playing on the line, obviously, with the Jets. So I'm going to go ahead and give him, his zone is horrible. I understand that. But we'll see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always go down and play a 4-3 if it comes down to it. Servasia Dennis. Okay, that's an interesting name. I'm going to give him to field general. We're going to bump him up to a 69 overall for pass coverage, so that's good. And he's got some decent speed, good acceleration. Man coverage is not very good. Where is the zone? Zone is 72 though, so not too bad. Then we got Justin School, and we are going to go pass protector for him. Get him up to a 65 overall. And then we got to go Hunter Lubke, who I'm actually changing his number, and I'll show you guys why in just a second. That's because I brought Sean Tucker on to the active roster. I worked with him a little bit in preseason. He's been stashed away in the practice squad. He had an upgrade to do after preseason. I haven't gotten around to it, so I just did it now. He's a 64 overall. And I just thought, screw it. Let's get him in here. I mean, chances are he's probably not going to get on the field, but he could eventually at least get some better upgrade opportunities. So I wanted to get him on the active roster and go from there. And then the last thing that we are going to do is we got to upgrade some talents here for our staff. So I'm just starting to crack this a little bit. We have a long ways to go for this. And what I'm working on right now is this side here, because I want to get the additional focus players. So what I think we're going to do is, I do have this turned up though. I had this turned up to hard, so that way it's harder for me to upgrade these. It's not just an easy one season fix. So I right now do not have points to upgrade, but I just wanted to show you guys what I'm working with right now. So we are working on getting the staff modifications up to par, so that way we can get the after school tutoring. And then on offense of development, we went on the side for XP gains for the tight ends, the wide receivers. And then down here, I think I'm going to go definitely for quarterback, just because regardless if it's Lance or another guy, it's going to be a young guy, and we need that position to get as much XP as possible. And then over here, I also went on the left side. We went for XP with the middle linebackers and the left and right outside linebackers. And then I think what I'm going to do is going to go free safeties. Oh, no, probably strong safeties, considering Antoine Winfield is pretty much set in his ways. So that'll be the last one on this side. And then here for offensive coordinator, haven't really gotten around to doing that quite yet, which I like. The quarterback guru I have been working on. Oh, I could do an upgrade for this. Okay. I don't know if I should save these points to update the other one. Maybe I should. I'm going to hold on to them. I really want to get that focus player stuff added to our training. Defensively, I haven't even really started yet, guys. Have not started at all. That will come eventually. And then player personnel, haven't started that at all yet. So we have a long way to go in our talent tree. I'll keep you guys up to date on that stuff. Last but not least, we are running base settings for both sides of the playbook and the scheme. I have not changed any of this stuff quite yet. I'm just going to run the season and see what I think about it. And then if we decide that I have to change something, of course I will do that. But for right now, this is what we are running: the West Coast zone run with Tampa Bay, and then the base 3-4 with Tampa Bay. And so far I've liked it. I don't think there's too much that I would change, because we've been playing rather well within the confines of the talent we have. And let's finally get to this game. Going down to Houston to take on CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. And we're going to get to see CJ Stroud first, as he's coming out on the field. first-year head coach DeMeco Ryans. And look at him, 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Definitely having a better season in real life than he is in Madden for his rookie campaign. And let's see what we can expect. Look at that. 4 receivers set right away. Stroud back to pass, rolling out, and he fires it over the middle of the field. And there's just nobody there. That was a dangerous throw. Look for Robert Woods off to the left side, but Carlton Davis was the one who almost got to it first. Here we go. Second down, quick drop back, quick strike over the middle, and a great job. Levante David breaking it up over the middle, forcing third down. Of course, they're going to stick to the air here for third. Stroud trying to buy time, and he finds enough of it to get Robert Woods open to the 38. Devin White in coverage, but Woods just too good of a route runner. There is no way he should have been stuck on Devin White, and they're going to make us pay for it. Big time third down conversion. And just as I thought we were getting off the field, man, after those first 2 plays. Uh-oh, under pressure, he gets to, wow, he got hit. Vita Vea hit him, man. I was sort of hesitant there because I thought they might throw a flag, but they decided not to, which thankfully they didn't. But 2nd and 2, I formation. And they're going to go to Pierce. And Pierce pushing past Devin White. Gets a gain of 4 and gets himself a first down. That was a nice quick run there for Dameon Pierce, and there comes the blitz. Devin White gets the sack. First one of the day. We talked about it before the game, trying to rattle CJ Stroud to continue that streak of bad luck with the turnovers and getting that first sack of 5, which is what our goal is, out of the way here on the opening drive. Stroud again over the middle, and it's broken up. And now once again, 3rd and long. This one, though, a lot bigger. 3rd and 16. They need a big play here. Stroud, quick drop back. He's under pressure. He feels it. He lets it rip downfield. He's got a man open, and it's a touchdown. Robert Woods got lost in the secondary. Oh, my God. What a throw. What some poise by CJ Stroud. And look who it is who gets absolutely toasted. Is it Duke Shelley? Don't tell me it's so. And now it is Trey Lance time. Lance coming out. He has had a much better season, you would think, by looking at it. But we know that there has been some serious roller coaster type waves to his season. The biggest consistency, of course, for him, his ground game, running the ball. And that's what we'll start with. A handoff to Rachaad White, goes for 4. Here we go, a pitch outside now to White, and wow, that didn't work. Jonathan Grenard hurt on the play. Grenard was such a special talent for us in our Texans franchise last year. Sucks to see him get hurt. Remember having a couple of those situations with him as well. Here we go, 3rd and 3. Looking for the screen. We're going to get it. Rachaad White gets the blocks he needed. Nice blocking up front. We get ourselves 9 and get ourselves our first 3rd down conversion. Let's keep it up. We got to try to keep up with these Texans here. Uh-oh, free blitzer. Oh, my God. It's Desmond King. Oh, coming in on the corner blitz. And oh, no. Is he hurt? No, he's not hurt, right? He got up really slowly. Okay, he's good. He's good. That animation made me think he was hurt or something, man. I was freaked out there for a second. All right, Lance, you're good. All right, there we go. Inside. And it's Russell Gage, of course, having to step up now with the departure of Mike Evans. Him, Trey Palmer, and Chris Godwin are our 3-headed monster. We'll get N'Keal Harry in there in our 4 receiver sets. As Lance, under pressure, gets around pressure, fires it deep to a wide open Trey Palmer. I can't believe Lance got away from that. And then, just like the Robert Woods play, the corner right there just caught lacking. And Palmer brings it in, and it's going to be a first down inside the red zone for us at the 19. Huge shot plays from these young signal callers. Handoff, White cuts it up inside, cuts it back again, and he's down to the 7. Beautiful run there. Now we have it 1st and goal. Can we get on the board, tie this thing up? Another handoff to White. And that time the Texans had it dialed up really well. They were able to get back there. Kirksey brings him down. And he's gonna head to the sideline now. James Robinson checks in. He'll take it right up the gut. Easy touchdown. And we got ourselves a tie ball game after 1 drive apiece. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Houston again. Stroud back to throw it. He's gonna dump it down underneath. Nice play there, and he's out to the 29. Devin Singletary getting his first carry, his first action of the day. 2nd and 1. Play action rollout. Stroud dumps it underneath. Brevin Jordan with the catch, and he's got a first. A lot of passing for Stroud, and there's a reason for it. Another big play. CJ Stroud picking him apart. He finds Dalton Schultz down inside the 40. Here we go. Little dump down underneath, and it'll go for 5. It was Tank Dell on the catch, electrifying rookie, as he gets another handoff for Singletary, and he takes it for the first. So far, a really, really good game plan by the Texans. Handoff, Pierce. Oh, he's got some blockers. Oh, I feel like he should have cut it outside there. He might have had himself a touchdown had he done it, but we'll take it. He cuts it inside, runs it up down to the 15. Another fresh set, so not a bad play, but definitely thought he was scoring on that one the way it looked. Oh, a little pitch play outside. He tries to cut it back. He does with confidence, and he gets down to the 9. Noah Brown making plays. I've never seen them do that on a reverse, but it worked. Another handoff, trying to get outside. He is smothered. Tryon Shoyinka got back there and cut that off really quickly. Now it is 3rd and 3. Handoff, Pierce up the gut. He gets the first, but we do track him down short at the 3-yard line. This first quarter has gone by super fast. Already down to 2.5 minutes left. Stroud looking, end zone, touchdown, Robert Woods. 2 for 2 are the Texans today on their drives. Both of them a Stroud to Woods connection. So far, it's been a battle of which defense can get a stop, and right now the answer is nobody. Handoff, White outside. He gets a beautiful block to clear the outside, and he is out to midfield. They will mark him down at the 49. What a play to start this drive. And yeah, I mean, just both defenses having a very difficult time of slowing down the opposing offense. Lance underneath finds Godwin, who breaks free from 1, and he will end up with 7. Well, Chris Godwin now the #1 receiver for the Buccaneers, and I'm happy about that. I think Godwin can be a legit #1. I do think we need to bring in a solid #2. I like Palmer's. What the hell, man? Oh, first pass missed, and it's just a bad throw by Lance. I mean, the guy was literally standing facing him, and he missed him. Handoff, White, and they are going to get the first stop. I spoke too soon. The Texans get the stop, and now it comes down to, are we going to punt this thing away or go for it? And I have a feeling, yep, we're going to go for it. I like it. 4th and 1, Tucker in the backfield. Lance throws it outside to Tucker, who makes the catch, slips free, and he's down to the 30. Sean Tucker's first action, and it goes for a 4th down conversion and a broken play. Oh, God, don't tell me I'm going to start playing Sean Tucker, guys. Lance, back. Oh, he's going to take off with it. He's got room. 20, 10, diving down to the 7, a pickup of 22. And this drive, which looked like it was dead just 2 plays ago, is now 1st and goal at the 7. Coming up on the final play here of the first quarter. Handoff, White cuts it back left side. He is met right away by Corey Littleton. And that's going to bring us to the end of 1. And now it is 2nd and goal from the 6. Oh my God, that was what? Where was the blocking? We just lost 3 yards because I don't know what we were trying to do there, but there was just nobody blocking on that entire side of the field, or of the center. And now we have a big hill to climb here. Lance looking, he's gonna run with it. Why not? He's got a free lane to the end zone, and we tie it up once again. Trey Lance doing it with his legs. 14-14, 11 and a half to go in this first half. Stroud comes out for their third attempt. It's a quick handoff to Dameon Pierce. That goes nowhere. We had a good play up front. Defense able to fill in those gaps. It was Duke Shelley on the stop, it looked like. Stroud, what a throw, but it's off target. He barely moved to whip that thing 40 yards downfield, but he overthrew Tank Dell, who had his man beat. I mean, that should have been a touchdown. I'm thankful that he missed it. Another quick one, and that's a pick. Duke Shelley, and he's going to take it all the way back for a touchdown. What a play by the Duke. I told you guys I love this Duke Shelley guy, man. And he has proven it time and time again. He had the interception last week. This week now, he gets a pick six. Jumping in front of a pass intended for, once again, Tank Dell. And now we'll have our first lead of the day. Well, he finally got a stop on defense after that Duke Shelley interception. And there we go. A big play over the middle to Trey Palmer. And I don't mean the interception. We actually just had a 3-and-out. We have the ball back. And now Lance finding Palmer wide open over the middle all the way down to the 35. And we find ourselves already almost in field goal range. Lance takes another big shot, and it's batted down. He was looking for Russell Gage, but Jalen Petrie said, no, thank you. Keep that over there. Empty set. There we go, Lance underneath for Harry, who makes the tough catch in double traffic. In double coverage, double traffic. Jesus Lord. Double traffic doesn't even make sense. You guys know what I meant. Don't pick on me for it. Oh my God. Will Anderson Jr., one of the top picks in this year's draft, just unloaded on Trey Lance. And now we are backed up against the wall, 2nd and 20. We need the 14 for a first down. Lance just gets rid of it to White. He had the blitz right behind him. I don't think he even knows it either. But now it's looking like we might have ourselves a punt coming up, or at least a field goal attempt. Lance back, steps up, lets it go. He's got a man. It's Gage, and he's dropped just shy at the 18. So Houston does get the stop. I have a feeling we're going to take the points. And we will. First field goal attempt of the day. It'll give us a 10-point lead, which you can't be too mad about, especially how this game opened up. For us to be able to turn things back around and go up 10, that's big. 24-14. Down by 10, the Texans coming out here looking to try and get back to what they were in the first quarter. Oh my God. I mean, Singletary did everything he could there to try and make a play, but we just had things wrapped up too well. He bounced it around like 3 times, but everywhere he went, it was covered up nicely. 2nd and 11. Stroud back to throw it. Steps back a little bit, finds an open target. It's Robert Woods falling down towards the first down marker, and they will extend the drive there. Nice job by Woods. He has been making big plays for them. Of course, the recipient of both of those touchdown passes from CJ Stroud. And there goes Dameon Pierce trying to get it upfield, but he is only able to get back to the line. And it's another handoff to Pierce, and once again, they tried the same play. And once again, it's shut down. They got a yard, but I don't understand the thought process there behind running the same play, especially on 2nd and 10. Stroud under pressure. He's got to get rid of it. Oh, he gets a key block and finds an open Noah Brown. That right there is a veteran play. I mean, you got to thank your lineman for not giving up on the play and picking up that block. But to be able to find your players with 4 defenders right in your face, that's a big time play right there from the young quarterback. Stroud, big drop back, runs away from pressure, finds Singletary underneath, and he'll get 6. So far, I mean, you got the 1 blemish on his record, and that was, of course, the pick 6. But outside of that, CJ Stroud has played an amazing game so far. And there goes Pierce. Big lane for him inside the 20. Quick snap for Stroud to the end zone. It's open for Pierce and a touchdown. And the Texans are going to claw their way back within a field goal. All right, this is sort of looking like last week. We're able to build up that lead, and then we couldn't contain or sustain that lead. I should say, not contain. As Godwin catches a nice little play action pass for 8. I'd really like us to be able to settle down, though, and not give up too many points. Oh, boy. All right, that did not go anywhere. We should have easily had a first down right there. 3rd and 1. It's another handoff. White, he gets the first. Coming up on the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Lance, a bullet over the middle for Godwin, and he's got him. 11 of 13 for a $156. That's the best he has played by far this year when it comes to completion percentage. And he has definitely played with more poise and more confidence in the pocket as he finds Palmer underneath down to the 35. Another nice pass. Handoff, Rachaad White, and the Texans. Wow, do they have that covered well. Puts us in another tricky 3rd down here, 3rd and 3. And we're going to go back to the air. Quick throw outside, and he's off target. And once again, it comes down to, are we punting or kicking a field goal or going for it or what? And we're going to go for a long field goal, 55 yards to make this a 6-point game. It's up. It's got the leg, and it's good. Stroud back. They're looking to take a big shot. And Dean was right there on the coverage. Looks like they don't want to go to halftime with a 6-point deficit. And they have the means to do it. I mean, yes, they're at their own 16, but they have 3 timeouts. They have 1:45 to work with. And we know they can take big shots like that one right there to Dalton Schultz. All the way across midfield and down inside the 40. And just as I was saying, the Houston Texans now in earshot of a field goal after just one play. I like that they didn't use a timeout yet. Get one more play off yet, get settled in, then you can start using your timeouts. Stroud over the middle. Oh, man, we almost could have had a pick there. Guys weren't paying attention, though, luckily for Stroud. And now because of that, though, they don't even have to burn a timeout. 1:06 to go, down at the 37. What can Stroud and company do? They're going to do a delayed handoff, and Singletary gets held up on his blocker, and Vita Vea brings him down for a loss of 2. Still no timeout called, and I can't say I don't like it. Stroud buys time, sends it short, and they're going to get down to the 36, which should give them enough for a field goal. And that's exactly what they're going to try, a 53.5-yarder. It's up. He's got the leg, and it's good. 3-point game once again. All right, back out on offense here to start the second half. And, of course, that 10-point lead down to 3 now. Lance underneath for Palmer again. He's got 9. Play action. Roll out. Lets it go. Short to Gage. First down. I wonder what Sean Tucker would do if I actually gave him more of an active role in this offense. Put him in a couple of formations or something like that, or subbed him in for a little bit. There goes White off to the side. He gets shut down. Just a gain of 1. But, hey, that first play he was in, man, that 4th down, he ends up getting his number called. He makes the most of it. I'll have to keep an eye on that going forward. Another handoff to White as he'll get a couple of more, making it 3rd and 4. Nice gain of 5. Where do we go here? Underneath route, I'm assuming. No, we hand it off. White gets the blocks he needs. He's off to the races off the right side. Inside the 30 to the 26. Big time plays. Love to see it. Hand off to Robinson. And he is brought down at the 25. This offense is clicking today, both on the ground and in the air. Lance back to pass. And he's looking towards the sideline, but it's out of bounds, incomplete. That incompletion is going to bring us to 3rd and 9. We need the 16. Lance under pressure and off target again. No, my gosh, not again, man. Don't start this again. Back out offense here after a quick 3 and out. Oh, there goes White on the outside trying to break free, but Desmond King able to bring him down. Short gain of 3 yards. Got a good stop on defense. A sack by Sennett puts us back here at the 28th. Nice run from White up the middle. He's closing in on yet another 100-yard performance. It would be his 3rd one of the season. He's had a couple of others where he gets really close, but just not quite. Handoff, and there he goes again, and that's going to be 100. Down to the 40. I don't know what I tried to say there. On down, I don't know, but either way, he's down at the 42. Big time run. Puts him over 100 yards on the day. And why not give it right back to him? Oh, wow. Somehow pushes the pile forward. There is a flag, and oh, it's going to be a face mask. Little bit of frustration boiling over, I guess, from Corey Littleton, as now that's going to put us down to the 25. Robinson checks in. This could spell disaster for the Texans. Oh, but they do a good job of getting James Robinson down. He has just not been very effective today. I'll tell you what, I think after this drive, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put, maybe I'll put Sean Tucker in at the power back position. Because he just has not been able to do much for us at all. Lance back on 3rd and 10. We need something big, and he's got him. Beautiful throw. Godwin with a great catch. And we're down to the 12. Houston's challenging whether or not Godwin got his feet down. I mean, it's pretty apparent that he did, right? 1. Oh. Okay. And they overturn it. And we're going to have to kick a field goal. From their own 10, Houston comes out on offense, a handoff to Pierce. He does a great job of waiting and then cutting it back left side. Finds a huge lane out to the 24. We have now extended our lead to 9 after a few field goals. Stroud looking to get it back within a score like they did in the second quarter. Another run by Pierce, and he'll get out to the 29, a gain of 5. Here we go. They're going to go to the air. Underneath. Broken up. Nice play. It's Duke Shelley breaking up that pass, forcing the incompletion. 3rd and 5. Stroud back. He's got time. And Schultz makes the catch, but he doesn't get the ball across. It's going to be 4th down. Here we go. 1st and 10. Pitch play outside. Rashad White. And he is going to get a huge loss. It's Will Anderson on the play, getting another big stop. Handoff again. And that time White gets outside. Those off-tackle runs has been our best way to run the ball this season, and White continues to show that he can make those plays work like a charm. Lance back to throw it. Over the middle and complete, and luckily dropped. That could have been close to an interception. Here we go. Lance. And that turns into maybe a yard or 2. Here we go on 3rd down. They're sending the blitz. We pick it up nicely. Lance feeling scared. He's going to run. And does he get it? He does. Barely, but he does. Here we go. Quick snap. Lance runs right into the sack. And now on 2nd down, Lance deep over the middle. He's got Palmer. And Palmer hangs on for a big-time conversion. Here we go. And Lance under pressure again. We can't just get a good couple of plays. The safety blitz ends the 3rd quarter, and now it's 2nd and 17. Starting in the 4th. And Lance runs into another sack. Dude, we can't make this up. He is, I swear to God, he's got a suction cup, and it just attaches itself to the nearest defender. anytime we get down into these tough situations where we need to extend drives. You gonna do it again? No, but you didn't do anything to get away from it. And now Will Anderson has 4 sacks on us. This is so insane. 1st and 10 for Houston. If they're gonna come back, this has to start now. Little outside screen to Robert Woods, and that go for a few yards. 7 catches, 115 yards on the day. Stroud over the middle. He's got Pierce on an angle route, and he's got himself a first. A loss of 3 on 1st down. And now they're going to go to the screen. Pierce got it, has some blockers, and he gets all but 3 yards back, making it 3rd down and 3 to go. Much easier for a conversion attempt here. Leaves the playbook wide open as well, as they'll get it right there. Noah Brown with a catch down to the 40. Play action. Stroud's got all day, and he finds a wide open Robert Woods. This guy is just torching us today. Here we go. Stroud over the middle. Oh my God, dude. David just destroyed that receiver. He wasn't even the intended target, was he? He still destroyed him. That's insane. 2nd and 10. Over the middle. It's caught. It's Noah Brown. 3rd and 4 from the 7. Singletary in motion. Blitz coming, and we get home. Dennis coming in, and he'll get half a sack to go along with, I believe, Levante David. And we're going to force a field goal, which will at least keep us ahead by 6 points. There we go. All right, 5:44 to go. We're up by 6. We're coming out on offense here. Oh, a quick shot to Otten, who makes the catch. Quick, decisive throw from Trey Lance gets us out close to midfield. Sean Tucker checked in. He's going to take the handoff, and he takes it down to the 46. 2nd and 2, another handoff to Tucker. And Tucker gets past the first line of defense, and there he goes! Down to the 13! Well, okay, I put him at starting running back, but I didn't put him at starting 3rd down back. I'm curious as to why he's out here all the time. I thought it was going to be more of a 50-50 split. That time, Houston does a good job of bringing him down. It was Ward in on the stop. And now Robinson checks in, 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off to him. He gets outside. He gets a block, and he's down to the 5. 3rd and 2. Tucker back in here. Stack formation to the bottom right. Quick snap. Fires. Caught by Godwin. And Godwin's got it down to the 1. And now it's 1st and goal. James Robinson in. Hand it off. No, it's play action. Lance trying to get away from pressure, but there's nothing available. And he's going to run right into the 8th sack of the day. Oh my gosh, this is not turning out too well. This is the nail in the coffin we're looking for, but we're failing right now in the red zone, on the goal line. Handoff, Tucker, up the middle, down to the 2. 3rd and goal, single back once again. Big tight end set here, off to the right side. 2 split left, Godwin and Palmer. Handoff, Tucker, up the middle, touchdown! And we are going to put that nail in the coffin of the Texans, and that will get us our 5th win of the season. That one for Sean Tucker. And this should pretty much be game. We might run like a play or two, but if the Texans are smart, they'll let us run it out, you know. Hand off to Tucker, and Tucker pushing the pile forward to the 25. And the Texans are going to actually use their timeouts. Great. Just forcing us to stay here longer and longer. Lance calling audibles for this pistol look. A handoff to Tucker. I don't know how Tucker all of a sudden just came in and just started over everybody. I only put him in one of the 3 halfback spots, and now all of a sudden he's just the only running back. And I mean, he's having a great time too. I mean, 9 for 72. I mean, Robinson had 5 carries today. I think he was like 9 yards. And now we're finally going to be able to down this one away. What a game on the road. We're going to get our 5th win of the season. And I would say this was Trey Lance's best as a quarterback. We know what he can do on the ground, but as a quarterback, this must be his best performance yet. Big time plays made on both sides of the ball. And I'm excited to see what we got in some of these young guys like Sean Tucker. 5-3 is here. And now it's time for us to see what that means for the NFC South standings. And that win puts us back on top of the NFC South. We are tied with the Panthers at 5-3. And the Falcons 1 game below us, along with the Saints. So all teams in the division have 5 wins already. That is pretty impressive. I did not think we would be this competitive, as I mentioned in a couple of videos ago, I think. Just a very strange first season. Defense is rather good. Our offense shouldn't be this good, but it's still playing good. And things are just working in our favor right now. And let me know down below what you guys thought of our addition of Sean Tucker into the rotation. Duke Shelley, you guys starting to fall in love with him like I am? Because he has been balling for us on defense. And yeah, but that is all I got for you guys in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider leaving a like if you like what you saw. Subscribing if you have not already. I know there's quite a few of you who are not subscribed and still watching these videos. Just do it, man. It's free, please. Just consider it. Turning on that bell notification as well so that you know when I post more of these videos. And of course, I will see you guys next time.